This podcast is sponsored by BuyBiz.io. Discover premium AI-driven online businesses for sale, perfect for standalone growth or seamless integration. Explore now at BuyBiz.io to kickstart your digital success.
How to buy a business without earnout drama. Tips for smooth transactions. Learn how to buy a business and manage earnout disputes with clear terms, communication, and smart strategies for a smooth deal. How to buy a business while managing earnout disputes. Hey, so you're thinking about buying a business, huh? That's a big move, man. It's exciting, but it can also feel like walking through a minefield, especially if there's an earnout involved. Now, if you're scratching your head wondering what an earnout is, don't worry, you're not alone. I want to chat about how buying a business with an earnout agreement works, and more importantly, how to handle those sticky earnout disputes that sometimes pop up along the way. First off, let's break down the earnout. Simply put, an earnout is a way for the seller to keep some skin in the game after the sale. Instead of getting everything paid up front, part of their payment depends on how well the business performs over a certain period, usually a year or two. It's like saying, I believe this business will do even better with the new owner, so let's work together on that. Sounds fair, right? But here's where things get tricky. Earnouts often lead to disputes because the seller and buyer might not see eye to eye on whether the business met those future goals. And if emotions get involved, what should be simple math can become a real headache. So, how do you buy a business and keep those disputes to a minimum? Let me walk you through a few key tips I've picked up from experience. Understand the terms thoroughly. Before you even sign on the dotted line, you have to make sure you fully understand the earnout structure. What specific metrics determine the earnout payment? Are we talking revenue, profit margins, or maybe customer retention? It's crucial these goals are crystal clear and tied to measurable, realistic targets. Fuzzy terms like good faith efforts or reasonable growth are just ways to invite disagreement down the road. Clamp down on accounting rules. Earnouts can hinge on how you account for revenue or expenses, so it's essential to get those accounting guidelines spelled out in the contract. Agree on what counts as revenue, what expenses can be deducted, and how adjustments are handled. That way, if numbers get questioned later, you have a rulebook everyone respects. No guessing games or creative accounting. Set communication and reporting expectations. To keep things transparent, put in place regular reporting commitments, monthly or quarterly updates that let both sides stay in the loop. This doesn't mean bombarding the seller with endless data, but ensuring they're kept informed. It's like keeping the lines open so misunderstandings don't fester into disputes. Communication is key. Think about dispute resolution up front. It might feel awkward to think about fights before they happen, but it's smart to have a plan. Include specific methods for resolving disputes in your contract. Mediation, arbitration, or involving a neutral third-party expert can save a lot of time, money, and stress compared to lawsuits. Clearing this path out from the outset is a pro move. Keep emotions in check and focus on facts. Selling or buying a business is personal for many people, but when earnout money is on the line, emotions can run high. Try to keep the conversation professional and focus on the agreed-upon facts and figures. When both sides stick to concrete evidence instead of assumptions or feelings, you're far more likely to keep disputes manageable. Now, if you're in the market for buying a business, especially those cool, tech-driven opportunities, you might want to check out something I've come across recently. Archieboy Holdings AI-based businesses for sale. These companies are geared up for the future, and there are some interesting options you can explore. If you're curious, they've got all their listings nicely organized, and it's worth browsing to see what might catch your eye. Explore our listings today. Whether you're new to buying businesses or seasoned, browsing AI-based ventures could spark some ideas or even your next big purchase. Just remember, when you find something that piques your interest, keep the earnout strategy and dispute management tips I shared in mind. Buying a business is a journey. not just a transaction. So prepare yourself with knowledge, clear agreements, and good communication. Earnouts can actually be a win-win when done right, ensuring both buyer and seller share the future success of the company. All right, that's all for now. If you want to get smarter about buying businesses and handling tricky earnout deals, keeping these points in your back pocket will save you from a lot of headaches. Thanks for hanging out, and good luck finding that dream business.